I need a drink. I don't have drinks here this time. I found one. I can't show the brand. We'll hide it. We'll hide the brand. Hey, it's Say, and welcome back to Sailor MP. As we all know, we live in a world that is constantly run by social media as well as the digital age. But how connected are we really within this society? In Hamlet's Blackberry, William Powers explores this conundrum, how the digital age promises connection, but often leaves us overwhelmed, distracted, and alone. Unlike previous generations, many of us in Gen Z have grown up with a multitude of devices shaping our lives from an early age, making it increasingly difficult to disconnect. Yet, even in years past, there have always been struggles with disconnect. Powers notes in Hamlet's Blackberry, whenever new ways of connecting have emerged, they've always presented the kinds of challenges we face today: busyness, information overload, that sense of life being out of control, constant socialization and movement within the mask of our own lenses. Why is it that our society is like this? Relating to the past, Socrates believed that an unexamined life is not worth living. But in a world of endless scrolling, when do we have the time to reflect? He reminds us that true wisdom comes from introspection, not notifications. Personally, I found it challenging at first to take time out of my day to avoid media consumption, as relating to Socrates, especially given how digital media is crucial to my daily routine for multiple projects. Within my personal experience, I was tasked to get off social media or any sort of media for 3 to 5 hours. And I'll admit, at first, it was very hard because my whole life revolves around social media as well as media in general. I am constantly on FaceTime with my best friend, my boyfriend, just all kinds of people. And I realized within the first hour, it was extremely hard, but I just needed to be outside and really, touch some grass. I really needed to touch some grass because I went out on the patio, brought my Hamlet's Blackberry, brought my journal, brought my little doodle bobs, and got to really doing whatever I needed to do this assignment. And like I said before, I realized within the first hour it was extremely hard because it's like, why aren't you texting me? Why aren't you talking to me? And it's like, guys, I have stuff I gotta do for my assignment. And I really, here's my journal, by the way, college ruled. But I realized that there is so much more to life than just being stuck within your phone. I know that I am a graphic designer and I do digital media, but when you sit there and your parents and stuff like that, will go in and out. My family, was coming and going, or, I'll hear my sister, in the other room, because, I was maybe I'll, sit in my bed, or, lay in my bed for a bit, or, when I finally, went outside, I realized that, the air was, nice, and, wear a nice jacket, and kind of just, read and feel the vibes, feel the freedom that normally you do not get when you're on social media. But why is it that there isn't much freedom when you're online, when it's supposed to be the thing that is supposed to be freeing? I don't know if that makes sense, but it's supposed to be freeing as in when you're speaking to people and when you're talking to people, it's you have that instant connection, you can just immediately call or text somebody, and it should be that free will of being hey, what's up? What are you doing today? And it should make us more connected than ever. But in reality, it's so isolating being stuck online and being stuck on Snapchat or these social media platforms, because you're comparing yourself to others all the time. So when I was just chilling outside for a couple hours, it was honestly, I just loved listening to the ambiance, because I have a lot of birds in my backyard. I just loved listening to the ambiance and watching the trees flow within the wind. And honestly, I think this is one of the best assignments I've ever gotten to do, because it actually creates an environment where you can kind of like experiment with it. Like, you choose a place, just don't get on social media, journal, do whatever you need to do, homework wise, take old-fashioned notes, and just be you, be free. And I just want people to take away that you can step away from social media whenever you feel like it. But anyway, I just went on a huge tangent. So back to the video. As I engaged in journaling in this Disconnectopia experiment, I recalled Seneca's philosophy in media ethics as well as Hamlet's Blackberry. Mindfulness and presence teaches us that life's most valuable moments happen when we are fully engaged in the present. In a world where constant alerts steal our attention, I found myself distracted. My family coming and going, my sister playing on her computer in the other room while I tried to focus on reading. Seneca challenges us to reclaim our time and find joy in the present, not in the distractions. As much as I dislike being alone, sitting and writing in my house or sitting outside on the patio, listening to the water and the trees, organizing my notes for finals feels far more rewarding than spending hours mindlessly staring at my phone. And when I say they are bad, I mean they are bad. So is media consumption inherently bad, or does it depend on how we engage with it? The ethics of media use lie not in its rejection, but in our intentions. The key is learning when to engage and when to step back. As Powers reminds us, if you spend most of your life pressing keys and managing electronic traffic, that's what your life will be about. Maybe that makes you happy. If not, you have other options. The question we must ask ourselves is, how can we use digital media mindfully without it controlling our lives? William Powers suggests a solution. An Internet Sabbath? What? This practice involves disconnecting from digital devices on a regular basis, something I found both difficult and enlightening to think about. What if we made space for genuine connection, both with others and with ourselves? Genuine connection being face-to-face, going to a coffee shop, or whatever you choose to do. Through intentional disconnection from your phone or whatever device, perhaps we can begin to regain the balance we are often searching for in this overstimulated world. At the end of the day, what's your relationship with the media? Do you feel more disconnected? Do you feel more connected? Leave your comments and thoughts below. And it would be really appreciated if you would leave a like and a subscribe. That'd be very helpful. This was Sailor MP. I hope you enjoyed my reflection. And, well, I encourage those who would like to disconnect for a while and feel very much tension from social media or whatever devices you're on, just disconnect. It'll make you feel so much healthier and so much better. And to be honest, I felt great going and touching some grass. Again, this was Sailor MP. Thank you for watching my reflection. Bye bye. The thumbnail.